Welcome to my bold and beautiful today's show channel. I hope today fantastic for everyone. Please hit the subscribes button and give this video thumbs up. Eric Forrester is now on Brooke Logan's team. Eric Forrester always on Brooke Logan's team, or did he just switch to her team right now? A lot of fans are left wondering about that. For everything you need to know, continue reading below. Eric Forrester, the brave and the beautiful, is now working with Brooke Logan. Even though Ridge Forrester has made it clear as day that he doesn't want anything to do with Brooke now that he's with Taylor Hayes, she keeps trying to insert herself into his life again. In addition, Eric, her husband, appears to be encouraging this behavior by encouraging her to pursue her desires. However, this advice is also quite toxic, as Brooke is destined for nothing but heartache. Because of this, a lot of people can't help but wonder, why is Eric attempting to keep Brooke on in this way? On social media, the internet had a lot to say about the issue, as our devoted readers can imagine. Some have even commented with, Eric has always been Team Brooke from day one. He can't be with her, so he would rather see Ridge with Brooke. While Taylor is present, he only tolerates Taylor for Ridge's sake. Ridge and Taylor have never been a priority of his. If he did, I definitely never heard him say it. The bold and the beautiful. What's next for Brooke Logan? When Eric finally found out that Brooke was carrying the husband of Bridget's child, he was angry at her for approximately 10 minutes and then forgave her, wrote another fan. If you can forgive someone so quickly for such an unforgivable sin, then Brooke cannot possibly make Eric mad. And then there was this comment as well, Eric wants what Brooke wants for herself. He would wish her well and possibly assist in making it happen if she declared her desire to be with Liam. I think Eric just wants Ridge with Brooke because even though he doesn't want her himself, but he wants her close. He basically wants to eat both sides of the cake. Brooke escapes to dazzle Ridge. The bold and the beautiful reveals that Brooke Logan escaped in time to dazzle Ridge Forrester on the runway while jealous Taylor Hayes watched. During the fashion show on Friday's B&B episode, the models twirled and let the guests smell the Daphne Rose fragrances, which made it clear that they were pleased. In a backstage area, Eric Forrester kept playing up how Ridge should remember who he is when he's with Brooke. Eric also shared a nice conversation with Zende Forrester Dominguez as they watched the fashion show on a nearby monitor. Zende got plenty of praise from Eric for staying at Forrester Creations and representing the family during all the takeover drama. Eric ordered Elektra Forrester and Will Spencer to look for Brooke because it was getting close to time for the showstopper. Katie Logan wound up joining Will and Elektra's hunt when she realized Brooke was missing. Steffi also noticed that Taylor had vanished, so she asked Ridge about Taylor's whereabouts. Meanwhile, Brooke was in full-blown panic mode as she banged on the door and called for help. Since the room was a vault, Brooke explained that Taylor had locked them in there. Taylor didn't have her phone to call for help, but she insisted she didn't lock them in on purpose and thought Brooke was blowing things out of proportion. At one point, Brooke hinted about wanting to be friends or at least adults for the sake of their families. Taylor pushed Brooke to get honest about how she betrayed Ridge by snatching up the CEO gig no matter how she tried to spin it in the aftermath. Taylor acted like that permanently altered Ridge's view of Brooke and made a prediction that nothing would change his mind. Brooke was secretly hoping the showstopper would fix things, so she resumed her efforts to get out of there. Taylor grew increasingly suspicious of what Brooke was up to before Katie, Will and Elektra found them trapped in the vault. Charlie Weber was called to come rescue Taylor and Brooke, so he used his key to let them out. Back with Eric, he expressed concerns about the showstopper and sent Ridge to stall on stage. Ridge made a speech and ultimately didn't want to disappoint the crowd, but he suggested they might have to cut the event short. However, Brooke donned the showstopper dress, which looked like the Portofino design with some modern updates. Just when it looked like they might have to skip the showstopper, Brooke came strutting out and blew Ridge away along with all the guests. Ridge took Brooke's hand as they shared a celebratory moment to cap off the fashion show. Around the corner, Taylor peeked at what was happening on the runway and certainly didn't look pleased about it. Steffi became concerned about her mother's reaction as she approached Taylor from behind. The bold and the beautiful say Brooke may be taking a victory lap in her mind, but some bad news is headed her way. Brooke's broken heart. Steffi's favor for Liam Hope's strange discovery. The bold and the beautiful reveal that Brooke Logan will face a broken heart while Steffi Forrester does a favor for Liam Spencer. Hope Logan will also make a strange discovery, so here's what B&B fans can expect. Steffi and Taylor Hayes will argue over Brooke's showstopper from April 28 to May 2, when she took center stage in a romantic play for Ridge Forrester. Ridge will confront Eric Forrester about his role in the show-stopping deception, and given that it hurt Taylor, he may show some disapproval. At the same time, Ridge won't be able to deny that the showstopper was a giant hit thanks to Brooke and that gorgeous gown. Eric will keep Ridge's love life in the spotlight and nudge him once more toward Brooke. Although Ridge will be conflicted, he won't abandon Taylor in the end. Hope will voice her support for Brooke's reunion with Ridge if that's what her mom truly wants, but Brooke won't get her wish thanks to Ridge's Taylor commitment. In the meantime, let's talk about Katie Logan since she'll watch Daphne Rose kiss Carter Walton before overhearing a shocker. Thanks to Daphne and Zende Forrester Dominguez's enlightening conversation, Katie will realize Daphne came to work at Forrester Creations as Steffi's plant. Although Daphne will defend herself in the confrontation that's coming up, Katie will fire back about Carter being manipulated. This should leave Katie on a mission to tell Carter the whole truth about Little Miss Perfume. As for Carter, he'll make another plea for a reunion with Hope, but it looks like she'll continue to drag her feet. However, Liam will eventually urge Hope to fix things with Carter and try to find some happiness again. Hope will consider Liam's advice, but she will also have to consider some odd news. Liam's new living arrangement will catch Hope off guard and bring plenty of questions. All signs point to Liam living at the Cliff House with Steffi and John Finnegan, so that may be why Hope finds herself so confused and curious. It sounds like Steffi will do Liam a favor by opening her home as he deals with his inoperable brain tumor. Steffi might try to get Liam to tell the rest of his family, but he'll probably insist on keeping the secret circle small. Nevertheless, the week of May 5 to 9 may bring some growing suspicions and close calls. Will someone else find out what Liam's actually up against, like Hope or perhaps Bill Spencer? As for Will Spencer, he'll struggle to stay patient when it comes to Electra Forrester and their first time in the bedroom. Luna Nozawa's ability to coax Will into her bed becomes more likely the longer they wait. Meanwhile, Hope may make a final decision about Carter. Will Hope return Carter and watch as he kicks Daphne out of the house because of her exposed plan with Steffi? She will be devastated to be back with Brooke when she learns more about Ridge's rejection. Ridge might basically warn Brooke that they won't ever be together again, sending her into a complete rage. The Bold and the Beautiful say Brooke will have to search deep within as she makes some predictions about her life without Ridge. Katie's dispute with Daphne, Carter's plea, and Ridge's rejection. The Bold and the Beautiful reveal a preview clip has been released. It shows Katie Logan busting Daphne Rose. Carter Walton begs Hope Logan. Plus, Ridge Forrester rejects Eric Forrester's suggestion. Continue reading to learn more about the upcoming episodes of the CBS soap opera. The bitter agreement of Hope Logan at the beginning of the weekly preview clip. Brooke and Hope are at the house. Brooke explains to Hope what happened at the fashion show. The shocking news that Brooke wants Ridge Forrester back comes next. Even though Hope has a sour look on her face, she agrees to support her mother. After that, Brooke confidently says, "Well, he is my destiny." Considering the things Ridge called Hope, this is a really toxic mother-daughter relationship, y'all. The rejection of Ridge Forrester over with the Forrester man, there will be a heated debate. Eric tells Ridge that he belongs with Brooke, not Taylor Hayes. In secret, the patriarch planned for Brooke to wear that wedding dress on the runway. In fact, Eric was narrating the surprise event. Was Ridge actually grabbing Brooke's hand for the audience, or did he feel something? Ridge will, regardless, reject Eric's suggestion. Eric is calmly informed by Ridge that he is already married to another woman. That is true. If Ridge is truly destiny, then it will happen without any outside interference. Daphne Rose busted. The Bold and the Beautiful preview also shows Katie confronting Daphne. It would appear that Steffi Forrester Finnegan and the Nose had an interesting conversation that Katie must have overheard. In the preview clip, Katie asks Daphne if she's just there to do Steffi's dirty work. Oh no, Daphne isn't going to win Carter's heart right now. The request of Carter Walton. Speaking of Carter, he continues to beg Hope to give their relationship another chance. Carter is usually really calm. He will, nevertheless, be quite passionate in this scene. When Carter tells Hope, "Tell me you want me as much as I want you," he does so in a ferocious and constrained tone. I'm wondering if the sudden intensity is a clue that he could become obsessed. Perhaps Carter will come to the conclusion that Hope is the one who escaped. Of course, Hope isn't doing anything to lead Carter on. However, good luck convincing Steffi of that. Eric Forrester's alliance with Brooke Logan, a turning point in The Bold and the Beautiful. The drama of The Bold and the Beautiful is defined by alliances and rivalries, but few relationships have generated as much interest as Eric Forrester's unwavering support for Brooke Logan. Recent episodes have thrown Eric into the spotlight as he seemingly champions Brooke's quest to rekindle her romance with Ridge Forrester, despite Ridge's current commitment to Taylor Hayes. This unexpected dynamic has left fans dissecting Eric's motivations, questioning whether his loyalty to Brooke is a newfound shift or a long-standing preference hidden beneath familial diplomacy. As the storyline unfolds, Eric's actions, rooted in nostalgia, manipulation, or genuine care, threaten to upend relationships, reignite old flames, and expose hidden agendas across the Forrester and Logan families. Eric's history with Brooke, a foundation of forgiveness. Eric's partnership with Brooke is not entirely novel. The tumultuous relationship Brooke has had with Ridge has been a central part of the series, and over the course of decades, the patriarch of the Forrester family has alternated between harsh disapproval and surprising leniency toward her. Fans recall moments when Eric chastised Brooke for her mistakes, such as her affair with Bridget's husband, yet his anger often dissolved into swift forgiveness. If you can forgive someone so quickly for such an unforgivable sin, then there is territorially nothing Brooke can do for Eric to be mad, one viewer observed. This pattern suggests Eric's soft spot for Brooke transcends moral missteps, positioning him as a paradoxical figure, a voice of reason who nonetheless enables her pursuits, even when they court disaster. Eric's support for Brooke's most recent effort to reclaim Ridge, according to critics, borders on toxicity. He creates a vicious cycle of hope and loss by encouraging her to go after what she wants, despite the fact that Ridge is currently loyal to Taylor. Yet Eric's motivations may be more complex than mere meddling. Some fans speculate that his advocacy stems from a desire to keep Brooke within the Forrester orbit, even if he cannot be with her himself. He basically wants to have his cake and eat it, one commenter observed, implying that Eric's support for Brooke and Ridge, serves as a proxy for his own unresolved feelings. Whether driven by protectiveness, nostalgia for the family's earlier days, or a strategic play to maintain influence, Eric's actions have undeniably intensified the emotional stakes. The fashion show showdown, Brooke's triumph and Taylor's fury. The tension between Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor reached a boiling point during a recent fashion show event, a glittering affair meant to showcase Forrester Creations' new Daphne Rose fragrance line. Behind the scenes, however, Eric orchestrated a scheme to reignite Ridge's passion for Brooke. After subtly nudging Ridge to remember who he is when with Brooke, Eric ensured her dramatic entrance as the showstopper model. Brooke emerged in a reimagined Portofino-inspired gown, a deliberate callback to her romantic history with Ridge leaving the audience, and Ridge himself, spellbound. Their clasped hands and shared moment of triumph signaled a potential reconnect ion, one that Taylor witnessed with visible dismay from the sidelines. The event was not without its chaos. Earlier, Brooke and Taylor found themselves locked in a soundproof vault, a mishap Taylor dismissed as accidental but Brooke interpreted as sabotage. Their confrontation laid bare old wounds. Taylor condemned Brooke's betrayal over the CEO position, while Brooke hinted at a fragile truce for their family's sake. The showdown underscored their enduring rivalry, with Taylor warning Brooke that Ridge's trust in her was irreparably broken. Yet Brooke's runway triumph, engineered by Eric, proved her resilience and Eric's unwavering belief in her influence over Ridge. Fallout and future conflict, Ridge's dilemma and Taylor's resolve. Despite the spectacle's success, the aftermath has been fraught with tension. Ridge, though visibly moved by Brooke's gesture, remains torn between past love and present commitment. In a poignant exchange, Eric pressed Ridge to acknowledge his true feelings, arguing that Brooke is his destiny. Ridge, however, rebuffed his father's interference, asserting his dedication to Taylor. This rejection sets the stage for further conflict. Will Eric's machinations drive a wedge between Ridge and Taylor, or will Ridge's resolve harden against Brooke's advances? Taylor, on the other hand, struggles with insecurity. Her daughter Steffi, ever the pragmatist, worries that Brooke's grand gestures threaten her parents' reunion. Steffi's alliance with Taylor positions her as Brooke's foil, ensuring the Logan-Forrester feud will escalate. Steffi's involvement in Daphne Rose's corporate espionage, on the other hand, adds another layer of intrigue. Katie Logan's discovery of Daphne's true loyalties sets off a confrontation that could decipher Steffi's schemes. Subplots and secondary drama: Carter, Hope, and Liam's hidden struggle. Beyond the central love triangle, secondary plots weave a rich tapestry of betrayal and longing. Carter Walton, reeling from his split with Hope Logan, makes desperate pleas for reconciliation, his usual composure crumbling into raw vulnerability. "Tell me you want me as much as I want you," he implores Hope, who remains ambivalent despite pressure from Liam to move on. Hope's hesitation, coupled with her shock over Liam's new living arrangement with Steffi and Finn, hints at unresolved feelings and future turmoil. Liam's subplot, meanwhile, introduces a somber note. His decision to hide his brain tumor diagnosis from most loved ones seeking solace with Steffi and Finn creates a ticking clock for revelations. As Hope grows suspicious of his secrecy, and Bill Spencer's potential involvement looms, Liam's struggle becomes a poignant counterpoint to the show's romantic entanglements. Katie vs. Daphne, unmasking deception. Katie Logan's inadvertent eavesdropping exposes Daphne Rose's role as Steffi's pawn, tasked with destabilizing Forrester creations. Katie's confrontation with Daphne, a clash of wit and wills, threatens to derail Carter's budding romance and expose Steffi's manipulation. Daphne's defense, "I was just following orders," rings hollow, leaving Carter's future at Forrester Creations uncertain. Katie's determination to reveal the truth positions her as a moral arbiter, challenging the family's power dynamics. Brooke's devastation and the way forward. Brooke faces a harsh reality as the dust settles. Ridge's rejection may be final. The scars left by previous betrayals cannot be erased by Eric's interference, despite its brief uplifting effect. A character development that has the potential to reshape Brooke's position within the Forrester empire is promised by her journey toward self-reflection as she contemplates a future without Ridge. However, her statement that "Ridge is my destiny" suggests that she is far from giving up and sets the stage for new battles. The betrayals that have scarred the Forrester family over the years, none have cut deeper or been more shocking than Eric Forrester's current secret campaign to destroy Ridge and Taylor's relationship in a ruthless bid to reunite Ridge with Brooke. Eric's actions not only cross moral boundaries but also shatter them in an emotional maze where loyalty, love, and legacy clash spectacularly. Behind the pristine glitz of the family business and the golden glow of the Forrester mansion's chandeliers, a ticking time bomb has been set off by the very man who is supposed to keep everything in order. Despite knowing full well that Taylor's very health and possibly even her life depend on the love and stability she has finally found with Ridge, Eric is orchestrating a breathtakingly manipulative master plan to tear Ridge away from Taylor in a quiet conspiracy with Donna and a heartbroken but determined Brooke. It is a profound betrayal that runs the risk of completely destroying the Forrester family as a whole and causing a fracture that will last for generations that no amount of designer bandages can repair. Eric's plot is as meticulous as it is cruel. He carefully recreates Ridge's most iconic moments, resurrecting memories of passion and destiny that Ridge once shared with Brooke. Videos of past romantic escapades, nostalgic photo montages, and unexpected chance encounters engineered by Donna keep bombarding Ridge, forcing him to relive a past he thought he had finally put behind him. Every glance, every carefully staged coincidence, every whispered word is a knife twisting deeper into the heart of Taylor's fragile happiness.